Hello everyone and welcome to a one-off video of me attempting to get a profit of 0 in the Monochromon shop. Basically, to recruit Monochromon, you have to basically choose to work in his shop for him, where basically you obviously try and sell products to customers and you have to make a certain profit in order for him to join the city. So, basically, there's a handful of different Digimon who come in and they request either meat, portable potty or medicine, and then basically you can either maintain the standard price, raise the price, or lower the price. When you raise the price, there's 5 different steps, and by that I mean how much you raise it by. Basically there's like 5 different amounts you might raise it to. When you lower the price, there's 3 different amounts that you can lower it to. Now, with any Digimon other than Weedmon, the way to do this is to pick the option to lower price and lower it to the lowest step, which I have immediately. I've lowered it to 35, which is the 3rd lowest step, and basically, if by lowering it as low as you can go, basically you're selling it at cost price, and basically you don't make a profit. With any Digimon other than Weedmon, lower it as far as you can lower it, so lower it by 3 steps, and basically each time you sell to a customer you don't make a profit. So yeah, same again here. Basically, the things to remember: meat, standard price 50, medicine, standard price 1000, portable potty, standard price 300, and basically, for you to not make a profit, meat you have to sell for 35, portable potty you have to sell for 210, medicine you have to sell for 700. Those are the cost prices, and those are the prices that you have to sell them for in order to not make a profit. Portable potty, so pick lower, so 300 down to 270, that's no good, rethink it. Lower price, 210, that's good. Since you're lowering the price as low as you can get it, I highly doubt that the Digimon would refuse and walk off, because it is possible for them to walk out on you. But since you're basically giving them the best deal they could get, I couldn't imagine them walking off, to be honest. The only complication is Weedmon. I imagine Weedmon is going to show, but with Weedmon, things are a bit more complicated. Basically, well, I think what I'll do is wait until Weedmon shows up. If Weedmon doesn't show up, then I'll explain anyway. Basically, if Weedmon shows up, I'll explain as I get there. If Weedmon doesn't show up, then I'll explain anyway afterwards. So 35 is what we want. So basically we are, well, I would say we're destroying Monochromon's business, but I wouldn't say we're doing that. We're just putting the customer first, shall we say. We're giving the customers great deals, making them happy. We're not damaging ourselves, but we're not doing anything good either. So we're just staying in the same position, but making customers happy. And you know, that's what they call customer service. We're just putting Monochromon aside. We don't care about you, Monochromon. We don't care about your business. We exist for our customers. Medicine, first time. It's a lower price, standard price 1000 for 700. That's the lowest it can go, so let's go ahead with that. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be possible to lower it to the point where you make a loss, which would be more entertaining if you could make a loss, but we can't, unfortunately, so it's halfway done. The way it's going, we won't make any money. Well, you got that right, and things are going to continue going the way they are, unfortunately, my friend. 240. No, no, no. We're not going to strain you for that. We don't want to make any profits now. 210. There you go. Have a nice day. Don't want to be selling it for 240 and making a profit of 30 now, do we? Ah, the lovely penguin Digimon. Now this one does have a high record of walking out. But for 35, it's hard to imagine. But basically, well, if it happens, if Weedmon does walk through the door, I'm going to be nervous. Because Weedmon can break this. Or at least when practicing, that appeared to be the way of things. Because something annoying happened with Weedmon where basically you can't do what I'm doing right now. Basically things get complicated. I'm hoping Weedmon just won't show. This is assuming that the experience that I had was not just a one-off glitch or something. Is too high. 35, that's good. Is Weedmon going to show up? Having come this far without seeing Weedmon, it's certainly rare, because normally Weedmon does show a handful of times. It's strange it hasn't happened yet. Yeah, those are the key numbers. 35, 210, 700. Obviously, if you don't lower it the whole way, then you will make a tiny profit. Oh, here we go. Right, this is where things get complicated, because when practicing this, I will try it anyway, but when practicing this, it seemed that with Weedmon, I wasn't able to lower it the whole way. No matter how many times I picked lower price, I could only lower it by either 1 step or 2 steps. 1 step, no good. 2 steps, no good. 3 steps? Okay, that was very strange. I'll explain briefly, but when practicing this, when I had Weedmon come through the door, for some reason I wasn't able to lower the product the whole way. For some reason I wasn't able to lower it by 3 steps, I was only able to lower it by 1 or 2 steps, despite clicking the option like 50 times or something. And so because of that, instead of lowering the price, because well, I couldn't lower the price to the point where I made a profit of 0. The best I could do was lower it to the point where I make a small profit, which ruins the challenge. So what I had to instead do was raise the price the whole way, raise it as much as I could raise it by, and hope that Weedmon would walk out, which they did. But here I was able to lower it the whole way, which is confusing. Maybe it depends on the product as well. Either it was a one-off or it depends on the product as well. I think it's time. Thank you for your work. It could have been better, but it wasn't that bad. Don't give up. Well, I would disagree with that. I think it was abysmal. and you're giving me 500 bits, which means you have now made a loss. Not to mention the utilities if you pay them, and the fixed costs, which would make it... Which, when you allow for that, we are at a loss, unfortunately. Because you gave me 500 bits for the time, and then if there's rent and fixed costs, etc., then that is definitely a loss. But, well, there you go, that was that. And yeah, it went a lot easier than I expected, because I was able to lower the price the whole way every time, and thus make a profit of 0. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal with Weedmon is. Maybe it was a one-off glitch, or maybe it depends on the item as well, but yeah, if you get yourself in a position where you're not able to lower the bit the whole way, then your only chance is to then raise it to the maximum and hope that they walk out on you. And if it is to happen to a Digimon, the best Digimon for it to happen to is Weedmon, because Weedmon is the fussiest and most likely to walk out, which was the way of things when practicing this. But yeah, that's the end of a rather random video. Thank you for watching, and hope you enjoyed.